Well, yes, the pink mic is back. I'm here at Dudley Zoo for Curtain Call Reviews. We are here to launch the Wolverhampton Grand Pantomime Beauty and the Beast. So enjoy the next few chats with the cast. I am here with a bona fide gladiator. Yes, here I am with Jamie. People will obviously know your face and your stature. You are giant by name and nature. Tam Ryan, who is no stranger to the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre Panto. This year, Beauty and the Beast, who are you playing?
I'm playing Belle's brother. Now, that may be a surprise for people who are familiar with the actual tale, but there's been a certain degree of license and adaptation.
Yes.
The character's called Joey.
I'm Tim, and I'll be playing Monsieur Lebret.
I am here with two, musical theatre queens. Specifically one queen over here. Because Gaston, he's an icon, to be fair, but
yeah,
he's a bit of a baddie.
I'm not afraid of a few boos, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not afraid of the boos, so bring on the boos.
You're doing your job right, I think, is the... if you get the booze, you're doing it right. I think that's the thing.
Ian Adams.
Okay, and who do you play in the Panto?
I play Madame Fifi.
I'm Shanae Richard Noel, and I'm playing the good fairy Angelica in this year's Panto.
The owner of a bar in the village where the beast is.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and I am playing Belle this year in Panto.
And I'm Tom, and I'll be playing Prince Louis / the Beast.
You are playing a giant.
Yes, I'm playing Gladiators.
Gladius.
A huge evil entity.
What is it about the Wolverhampton Grand Pantomime that you're most excited about?
Oh my goodness. I think I'm most excited for the comedy of the show. I think it's going to be so much fun, and the writing is just amazing.
I've always seen myself as a bit of entertainer. I like to make people laugh. So although I'm going to be evil in this one, I'm still going to get a few laughs, I'm sure.
Yes.
That's my aim.
So the writing process for you, because you wrote last year's pantomime alongside Ian Adams, how is it for you? Do you kind of finish Panto one year and you're straight into it?
Literally that.
When we first started writing it, the designer came on board and gave us everything that was on the page. Right. And for me, that is one of the most exciting things, because when you can see it, and Tam and I both have the same sort of vision now, when you can see it in your head, but then you actually see it physically. Yeah. I remember walking in and seeing that set and thinking, that's exactly what we sort of asked for, you know what I mean?
But it's been a fluid process. I think it took us about 3 or 4 weeks of sort of throwing ideas at each other before one finally sort of hit the wall and thought, that's it. And it was one of those sort of eureka moments.
Once we started, it was a little bit like a roller coaster. It just sort of happened, and then it was finished, and we submitted it, and everybody was happy. So, yeah, off we went.
This is not just a packaged up panto that moves from Bristol to Wimbledon to Richmond.
Yeah.
This is built from the bottom up.
Yeah.
It's cast that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of creative input from everyone behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I think you get the payoff. It's
a whole family show, and you get lots of interaction from kids. How do you think you're going to, bounce off the audience with Panto?
I think I'll feel at home. Oh. Yeah, just obviously the Gladiators TV show, the audience and the vibe, the atmosphere. The big thing for me is that it matches my morals. I'm a father myself. I love the way that families can connect with it and go to something together and watch that. So the fact that I'm there to entertain families and kids, I just want to give it my best shot.
What can the Wolverhampton audiences expect this year?
Everybody knows the story of Beauty and the Beast, so we've tried to put a little bit of a different twist on it. But obviously all the elements are there, all the characters.
Such a spectacle, the show, and I think the animation throughout it, the costumes, it's just going to have all that wow factor that make people go, oh my God, this is incredible.
You've just got a good mixture of everything that should be in a panto. It's a very enchanting sort of story, Beauty and the Beast. So, I think part of an audience expectation would be spectacle and magic and illusion. And we've chucked a lot of that at it.
So I think we're just going to have a really good time. And I've heard the audiences are fabulous in Wolverhampton.
You can't help but get into the Christmas spirit when you're in a pantomime. Pantomime is the finest form of family theatre, in my opinion.
There's a couple of really big moments that hopefully will just make you go, the hope that I'm really building this up.
Fingers crossed.
I'm really building this up.
What's the costuming going to be like for your character? Do we know yet?
Hopefully, enticing.
Oh.
Hopefully very enticing. And
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get, the whole Gladiator ensemble.
Yes, the legs are out, the quads are on show, the biceps are out.
Yeah, I mean, I did just get a little tiny sneak peek of your dress, and I have to say, wow, it's beautiful. What's it like wearing that?
Honestly, iconic. I feel so cool wearing it. I put it on yesterday, didn't I? And I was like, guys, it was amazing.
What sort of frocks can we expect from the Dame this year?
Well, of course, it's all set in France, being Beauty and the Beast, so there's a little bit of can-can, and it was a bit of a mix this year.
There's a bit more fabric than the Gladiator costume that I wear on the BBC show.
Yeah.
However, it's still leotard-esque.
Yes.
And I think the people are going to be happy.
Yes. I think the people will expect it, to be fair. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think that's what I'm there for, isn't it? Let's not pull any punches. I'm there for the way I look. So I best get myself to the gym.
It's cast on, isn't it? If it ain't tight, it ain't right.
No, exactly.
And it's got a nice little chair with lovely collar. It's leather. It's lovely. It fits nice. It's got the straps. It's got the red pants, the boots.
So how about sort of the musical numbers in the Panto? Can you give us sort of any tasters of what we could possibly hear?
Ooh, just absolute bangers. Like I that's the only way I can describe it. Every song will make someone feel something. And we've got some incredible voices.
Yes.
So it's just going to blow people away, I think.
Yeah. Like a song and dance moment?
There's no song and dance. Maybe that's where we're building towards.
Last year, we had a song about Nando's.
Yes, we
to
did.
the theme of Fernando. I mean, it was just inspired. So why can't we have any more of that?
Well, we're not going back to that well, only because Nando's didn't give us a free meal.
One of the songs they've given me is just one of those songs that can be so dramatic. Not only the lyrics, but also the music, that I think you really can't take it too far. So just going to have a lot of fun.
No, it's fine. No, sorry, Nando's. Sorry, Nando's. You're very welcome to this song. We're not bothered about the black cards. Not bothered. Not even bothered about it. I won't even mention it again.
Very out there, balls to the wall, rock vocals, just kind of mental stuff.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Have you visited our beautiful city of Wolverhampton before?
Only once to view the theatre
Okay.
and see, the magnificent thing that is.
The theatre's just stunning.
Yeah.
So to be part of the theatre and the theatre's legacy and play my part is just, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing to be in this show. It's got such a good reputation.
You get such good audiences at Wolves. They want it to be theirs, and that was part of our remit last year. They said, Adrian, the manager, he's the boss. He said, "Make it our pantomime. This is a bespoke pantomime for Wolverhampton."
So what is it about the Dame that you love?
Well, I always say this. Since I started in theatre and that, I sort of was always the song and dance man. So it was always the top hat and tails or whatever, things like that. Yeah. When I started playing Dame, you get to a certain age when there's certain things you can't play. So, and generally it's the comic that becomes the Dame. But in my case, by default, I was offered the Dame and did it. And it's almost that thing about singers wanting to be comedians and comedians wanting to be singers. And when you get the laughs, it's quite addictive. It's lovely.
Sounds fantastic. I mean, let's just talk briefly about Gladiators, because it is, a big show. I mean, back in its first sort of offering many, many years ago, I went to an arena show and I absolutely loved it. Cobra was my favourite, I would say. Yeah. So what's it like being a gladiator?
Oh, it's amazing. And I think I obviously alluded to the fact of it being a family show already.
Yeah.
Family entertainment and Saturday night TV shows for the whole family to get together on the sofa and watch have been lost. Since the days of Family Fortunes and Blind Date, Gladiators, Top of the Pops. I remember sitting and watching those with my parents. And now we have something that's back on TV that all the family can get together with. That's the best thing about it for me.
Yeah. And now, are you rooting for your fellow gladiator Montel in Strictly? I have to ask you.
Of course.
Yes.
I think she's going to go all the way.
Yes, well, she's fantastic.
First place. Dun, 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 dun.
Excellent. Fantastic. So obviously, musical theatre is your thing, my thing too. So what is it about sort of pantomime? It's not, completely different, of course. It's still performing, etc. But how do you feel about sort of a pantomime in its sort of raw form and the audience interaction, I guess?
Yeah, I think what's beautiful about pantomime is it brings so many people together. And theatre does that anyway, but I think it's the time of year and the certain fairy tales that obviously get put on. And I think you just end up having such a good time. You know, there's a lot of audience interaction, and I think it becomes quite like an immersive kind of feel, and you're just like taken into like a dreamland.
I know from speaking to the guys, and I can imagine myself, like the more you go through the run, the more shows you do, the more comfortable you get, the more you can lean into it, have a laugh, you know when like your moments are going to come. So I can just see it getting better and better as the show goes on.
So what are you both looking forward to about spending your festive season in our lovely city of Wolverhampton?
Oh, I would say I've heard there's a good Chinese, the best Chinese. I can't remember what it's called now. Oh God, my brain.
I've visited Wolverhampton before. There's a lovely Caribbean restaurant. Shout out, I think it's called Aunt Sally's, I think. Oh, you want to try that jerk chicken, people, before the show?
But I'm excited to have some cast meals in the Chinese, because I've heard that it's like the best in Wolverhampton. There's like one that's like a go-to. So I'm excited for that.
I love it. I love how it's food based. That's great. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? And have you
That was the first thing that came to my head.
I agree with it. We've all got to eat, you know, why not? Absolutely.
That's very iconic. The Chinese.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chinese.
That's what Wolverhampton's offering
Yeah,
us.
you can't go wrong. I mean, we've got quite a few sort of musical theatre stars in it this year, which is really exciting for me as a musical theatre fan.
Yeah.
So what sort of do you think that they bring to the show?
Oh, well, it's going to be great because everybody, like you say, is a musical theatre performer. So they're all at the top of their game. They can all sing, they can all dance. They're all great actors.
Yep.
You know, so you're going to get everything you would get from a musical, really.
We'll have to sort of touch on Six because it's just a phenomenon, and it still is a phenomenon. So what was it like being a queen?
Oh yeah, well, it was amazing. Obviously when I first did it, originating the role, we started off it being so small, and then it just blew up overnight once we got to Edinburgh Fringe. And yeah, it's been amazing since, and it's amazing to see the show grow and go all around the world and see all these wonderful people playing the queens and you know, taking the story into their own hands and making it their own. I just think it's amazing. It's such a good show, and yeah, I was very lucky to be a part of it. So
yeah, I mean, it's just an iconic show, isn't it?
I just love playing whatever part they give me.
Yeah.
And I give it me all, Emma.
Yeah.
I give it everything I've got.
Well, I've seen you in Blood Brothers, so I
you
know
haven't.
I
I
have.
wonder why
I
you
have.
shaking next to me.
I know, I can't believe my luck today.
Ah.
I mean, that is just one iconic show. Can we just briefly talk about just how wonderful that show is? I mean,
Yeah,
how does it
it's
feel to be in that show?
monumental show, phenomenal, and a bucket list for me. Being from the city, it's kind of setting. Yeah.
And I mean, musical theatre for you also. I mean, Waitress is another show that I absolutely adored. I mean, do you think we're going to come back?
I mean, I want it to.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
it's such a fantastic show. It's got so much heart and soul, and I don't know many people who don't love it. So yeah, I hope it comes back.
Yeah, me too. And another musical I have to say that I absolutely adored that I saw you in, which is not one for the kids, I'll have to say. Unfortunate. I mean, it's just incredibly good. I mean, King Triton, what a role it was for you. I mean, talk me through that because I just loved it.
It was such a fun role. It was a really challenging role because he's sort of the straight, sincere, serious character while all of this zany, wacky, psychedelic underwater stuff is happening around him. So, but it was great because I had to delve into these sort of depths of despair and my first cousin being murdered, Kirsty the sea cucumber princess, and the love of my life being framed for her murder, and just the whole emotional journey that involved.
So one last question for you. What is your favourite Christmas tradition that isn't pantomime?
A big turkey dinner.
Nice.
Gotta be.
Going for a family walk. We'll set off from my parents' house and we might go down into the Roman lakes, and then we might walk up to the church on the hill.
I love the Christmas dinner. I love the pre-dinner. We've got this tradition of having a cheese souffle. I don't know where that's come from. I know.
Might have some of my mum's turkey broth that she makes from leftovers, which has those those lovely, what are they called, like pearl
barley.
Pearl barley in it.
I can't stand pearl barley.
And it's got to have stuffing, Yorkshire puddings, roast potatoes. Oh, And at Christmas,
Yorkshire's
you
is a
got-
bit rogue.
Ours is Yorkshire puddings, and we get stuffing, and we'll put it in a Yorkshire pudding, and well, we'll eat it. So we'll do that. So
You eat it. What a surprise!
Yeah, more food.
crazy.
See, we just had a chat with Giant about Yorkshire puddings on a Christmas dinner, and I said that's a bit rogue.
What? No.
No.
I used to get bags
You
of
have
Yorkshire
to.
puddings and make them a snack.
I like Yorkshire. I don't.
Okay.
The Yorkshire's got to go. It's because it's like a Sunday dinner, but on another level.
It is a bit controversial. My mum says it's a space invader on the plate. It takes up too much space. But then
Yeah,
my
it's
my
good.
brother's like, no, we need that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Well,
way
I
about
love
Brussels
them.
Yeah,
sprouts.
I mean, I love them.
Oh,
But the one thing that you pull in at Christmas that's sometimes not on there is the parsnips, right? The roast parsnips.
I love parsnips. You've got to have parsnips.
There you go.
Every time.
Christmas tradition. Giant parsnips.
I'm not a Brussels
Oh,
sprouts.
yeah.
fan.
No.
No.
Although sometimes if they're done well, you know what I mean, with a little, trying to say, got up.
I think I've got to that age now where my stomach is very, very important to me. You know, which is awful to say. We've got a gladiator in here who is so.
I know he was on about the dinner. Yeah.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but his will
imagine,
be
like,
his
the
will be in
size of his
Tupperware boxes, and like he'll eat 6 turkeys, no doubt. Yeah.
I love how the chat's turned to Christmas dinner. That's,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
well,
yeah.
it's
We
great.
must be hungry.
Yeah, it must-
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
My family, we always watch Harry Potter at Christmas. I know that's like not really Christmassy, but anyway, do you know what I mean? It has to be done. But also, if Home Alone and The Grinch is not on the TV on Christmas Day, something is wildly wrong. Something is wildly wrong in the household.
Yes.
I'm very traditional with the old Christmas thing. You know, I'm happy for whatever. You know, I know people get sometimes people think, you know, it's mass consumption Christmas, but consume away.
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. I love seeing the decorations. I love seeing I love decorating the tree. I go for it.
Yeah.
I decorate things, you know. I wear hats,
Jumpers.
Christmas jumpers,
Love it.
Christmas Crocs. I am Mr. Christmas.
For me, it's the Pantos that run after Christmas, so I can go and see other
Oh,
ones because, of course, we start quite early now, and other ones start later. So there's probably a handful still running at the end.
Yeah.
So for me, getting to see other people do that.
I've got 2 kids who are so just to see, and they're still at an age where they enjoy the magic and the innocence and everything that comes
Yeah.
with Christmas and well, the
Lovely.
presents.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so that's amazing.
yeah, you know it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So no, it should be about
Yeah.
Christmas should be about kids. Panto should be about
Yeah,
kids.
yeah,
So
100%.
I've got a the best of both worlds really.
Mm.
And I miss my family when I'm in the show, but
Yeah, of course.
they come and stay, and then we get Christmas morning. It's a special time in our house. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, wishing you all the best for the Panto. People come and book your tickets. Ensure it's going to be a fantastic show.